Hi guys, Cameron from Band Smile here again, and today I'm going to be talking about buying land in Thailand, and it's quite interesting, this one. I'd like to thank everybody for their remarks and comments for the previous videos, and things are going along very nicely there. Okay, let's talk about buying land. First thing I'm going to talk about is, where do you buy land? Well, you can buy it anywhere really. But you should realise you're never going to own that land, and your name's not going to appear on that deed at all. And then that's totally different. But a Falang on a retirement visa or any other visa will not get his name or her name on that deed. So we'll talk about other things relating to that a little bit later on. So let's talk about the land. Well, again, that's a personal choice where you go. I've got friends who've bought in Udon Karat, Chiang Mai, Surin. I bought land in Nan. I would always suggest you try and get freehold land. It is just better, it becomes yours, and you're not bogged down with a lot of government cavings on them. Now, when I buy land or buy any property, I like to check what the risks are with that area, such as fire, storms, flooding. You can flood a lot in Thailand and in places you wouldn't think so. So check that. Fires are relatively easy. You can go back through the history and you can see the landscape. The scarring from fire does stay hang around for quite a number of years. Storms, floods, well, local government departments will have maps on that. However, always, if possible, use the locals. Local knowledge is one of the best tools ever. So you can go and talk to the government, but then talk to the locals. Now, you will be buying, I would suggest, in an area that your girlfriend, wife, husband, boyfriend, whatever, has family in that area. They like to be close to family, some sort of family. We're going to Nan because Nookie has family in that area. Cousins, there's a grandmother, and everybody else is not too far away, maybe a couple of hours drive. So, and she likes that area, so that's good. So you'll always be able to get that information by utilising family or family's friends. Now, buying the property. The property, as I said, try and get freehold land. But how do you find this property? 9 out of 10 times I found when I was looking for land in Nan, the properties, well, certainly the property we bought, I'd never found on Google or with any real estate agent. It was through word of a friend to a family member. Now, so we went and had a look at it. I Googled the price of land around that area. I talked to locals. I talked to other Falangs who bought in that area. And the price was a little bit high. So we negotiated. We came back down to what I was comfortable with. So then you've got to fill in all the paperwork, and it's all done in Thai. And if you've ever noticed, while the Thai writing looks like squiggles, dots and dashes, it is very, very neat. So let your girlfriend, or if there's a cousin who has an excellent hand, she'll work it out. They'll organise it all. They'll fill in the paperwork because it has to be, as I'm told, beautiful. So you go in, you get the paperwork done, then you'll meet the former owner, the vendor, at the land tax department. You'll go in, you'll take a number, you'll wait, you'll go up, show the documents that show that they're transferring the land. They'll also have the deed there to the new owners, the girlfriend, wife, husband, boyfriend, whatever. Smart move, I'm told, is to make sure your name is on the receipt. Won't get on the deed, but you're then starting to develop, some steps to show that you were involved, that you supplied the money. Whether the judge takes that into account or not is up to the judge. However, the information is there, and it will always be depending on the judge. Now then, so we've moved along. They're processing. There's always a toing and froing between the officer you're talking to, their supervisor, somebody else. They come back, typing into the computer, and then eventually the name goes on the deed. But before that all happens, you've got to go and pay, I suppose, the transfer fee, the registration and the tax. Now, I'm told by a lot of people that it should be no more than 5%, and which is what I paid, so that seems about right. However, I have heard of people being charged a lot more. But if you're in, 10 to 20%, if that happens, talk to your Thai relatives, the girlfriend's cousins or brothers or whatever. If you're in a small community, they probably know everybody, and they'll find out for you what's going on. And then I have been told most times the prices will come back down before you actually. Once you pay that tax and get the receipt, that's it. It's over. So, just be aware of that. So once you've got your deed, girlfriend's excited, jumping around, holding it, getting photos with everybody, holding the deed. The days are good. And then comes looking for a builder, deciding on the house, the plans. If you bought an old rice paddy field, which isn't a bad thing, then you could be up for about 130 truckloads of dirt to go on top of that, to build it up. So those sorts of things have to be taken into consideration. And that's a cost, those truckloads of dirt. But like everything, it's not that expensive in Thailand. The beautiful thing is, when they dig the foundations of the house, they do go right into the paddy field. And they bring up this beautiful fertile dirt. So make sure you get them to keep that and use that as your topsoil, because that is just fantastic. All right, let's talk about a few of the downsides. Like I said, you'll never own that land if you're on a visa of any type. If the relationship goes sour and you want to try and get it, well, look, in reality, good luck. As I said, it comes down to the judge. And I have said before that, I've had friends who've got 60% back, 70% back, but there was extenuating circumstances. Sometimes the lady lied to the judge. Holy dooly. That's the worst thing anybody can do, lie to the judge. She was caught cheating. She had another man in her life, especially if you two have children together and she's caught doing that. The judge takes a dim view on that. Though it's all up to the judge, and precedents set by other courts really mean nothing. It is just law. And don't expect him to consider equity. That's a common law from days gone by in Western society, particularly Australia and New Zealand, the northern parts of America, England, some countries in Europe, and some countries in Africa. Means nothing in Thailand, equity. It's all law, and it's up to the judge's interpretation. A lawyer will cost you quite a bit of money, but that's up to you to try. So all I can say is good luck. And as a friend of mine once said to me, if you're buying land, building a house, just be prepared to spend what you're willing to donate to the Thai economy. Okay, so that's it, guys. Cameron from Band Smile. If you like this video or you need help, please contact us by the website, hit the like button, subscribe. Band Smile can help you in the process of buying land and can advise if it's a good piece or not, and we can look after you.
What are you waiting for?
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 Yes, correct. What are you waiting for? The world may not be in a great shape right now, but it's very possible to come to Thailand. It's actually easier to live in Thailand for a longer time than it was before. With Band Smile can get you the right long-term visa, find a perfect house, open the local bank account, or even open the business here. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description below or go to bandsmile.com and get started.